Hello, all my Capricorns. Welcome to your monthly reading, and this is going to be for the month of June. But if you've come across this outside of that timeline, there can be messages here as well, because of course the Creator and Spirit are not bound by time or space. So if you have come across this, I would go ahead and listen to it, because there's probably messages for you. So before we get started, I do always love just to greet the Creator, and we welcome you here. We're so happy that you are involved in our every moment of our entire lives. And we're so grateful for that, and grateful for the unconditional love that you have for each and every one of us. So we welcome you, and we thank you for being here. We also welcome and thank all of our angels and guardian angels, our spirit guides, our loved ones who've already gone to the other side, and our ancestors, and any other of the host of unconditionally loving beings of light and love. We welcome here, and we thank you for being here with us as well. All right. So this is the second month that I'm doing these extra readings. So I always love to hear from you guys. So if you want me to continue doing, something special in these, just comment in the description box below, or reach out to me by email. My email is also in the description box. Or if there's other ideas of what you would like to have for your monthly reading, definitely let me know that as well, because I'm definitely open. I want to do this to help us on our journey. So whatever you ask for, I'll definitely consider. So we're going to start off by pulling a Spirit of the Animals Oracle, just to get an overall idea of the energy or the overall theme for the month of June. And these are, of course, are for Capricorns. It can be in your sun, your moon, your rising, anywhere in your chart. So it doesn't matter. As long as you've got some Capricorn, then these messages are for you. So, Creator, what would you like Capricorns to know about their month coming up in June? Oh, they said not yet. Okay. That's the one right there. And you got the grizzly bear power. It's got a little fishy in his mouth there. And it says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. So wonderful, wonderful way to start off the reading for June, because it's all about power. You're more powerful than you thought you ever are. And with the grizzly bear, what I'm getting from that before I read from the book is, it's like you've been in this hibernation, you've been limiting yourself, you've been preserving your strength, because it seemed like the external world and everything that's been going on has been so, it's like I have that, this wintry kind of thing, like you went into this winter where the environment just feels so cold and barren and fruitless. There's not a lot going on there. But June is, you're coming out of that cave, you're coming out of that, you're realizing your power, following your gut, following your intuition, and just wonderful things are going to be unfolding for you with this June coming up here. Let's see what else the grizzly has to say for you. So it says, the grizzly bear is a tremendous totem for strength and wisdom. A person with this totem is an old soul with many lessons already learned. Awakened intuition and introspection combine with primordial power in grizzly people. In winter, bears hibernate and birth their young while sleeping and dreaming. One of the most dedicated mothers in the wild, grizzlies show fierce protection and tenderness toward her young. Grizzly bears emerge in spring with new wisdom from the dream time, which gives the grizzly person a strong link to spirit. They are often the chosen totems of shamans. Another obvious lesson from grizzly is their need for time alone. Bear mastery reaches full potential only after many lives dedicated to the inner journey. At that time, the soul bursts into the light and becomes a blessing to all who are fortunate enough to know and be loved by these incredible beings. I love that. And these cards too come with like some questions or statements that you can contemplate over the month. So whichever one of these resonate with you, this can be something that you can focus on. Number 1 is, are you grumpy? Don't let a busy life steal your peace. Number 2, have you been listening to the advice from others and lost your connection to your own inner knowing? And number 3 is, have you lost your dream? Travel to the Dream Lodge to reawaken your own greatest self. So I love this. So June is not so much about listening to everyone else, but it's about trusting your intuition, really going into the gut, following your heart, not so much all that external stuff that's coming from the outside. And I really love that. The fish is always standing out to me, which reminds me, of course, of Pisces. So it's like you've got your intuition in your jaws, in your grasp. And this month of June is really going to be an opportunity for you to trust that and get quiet and listen to that inner knowing. All right. Now we're going to pick a card here from the Major Arcana. I broke this Light Seers Tarot out from the Major Arcana and then the 4 suits of the Minor Arcana. So we'll talk about those 4 suits as we get over to those. But for the Major Arcana, we're also going to have that tell us about the overall energies for the month of June for you, for all our Capricorns. So we'll see here. Let me just kind of mix these up and then we'll start shuffling here. All right, Creator, what would you like Capricorns to know about their month of June, please? Okay. And you got number 17, the Star. And I really love this because for me, usually like in the tarot, the star is a symbol of like hope. But what I love about the visualization that this gives is about your connection. You see that kind of that cord that goes all the way up, and that's about connecting to our higher self, to our the higher realms. So to the Creator, your angels, your guides, your loved ones on the other side. All of those beautiful beings of unconditional love and light on the other side that want to help us. So that's connecting to your higher self and all of that, which is totally in line with this, the intuition piece of here. So June is looking like it's going to be a very internal time in your life where I know normally, because I'm a Capricorn rising, we can get into our heads a lot. But this is about balancing that with the higher wisdom, not just looking at all our earthly wisdom that we get and being grounded here on the earth, but also reaching to the heavens and connecting to get that higher perspective, because that's going to bring so much more information to where we can bring that wisdom into our choices to make more educated choices. And of course, Capricorns, we love to hear that. What? More information? Yes, please. We can use that to make those choices and to get the tasks done with that. So I love this so far for us. Next, we're going to move into the 4 Arcana, and we're going to start with the Wands out of the 4. And what the wands are going to represent for us, each of the different suits is going to represent a different kind of piece of our life. This is going to be for our spirit. So we're going to really look at, that's usually like fire, and with the fireness in us, like the spark, like the spark, the fire, the brightness, the light. So we're going to use this to ask the Creator what they would like us to know about our spiritual journey in the month of June, and then we'll also pull an oracle card for that as well. So let me just mix these up a bit here before I start the official questioning, and just make sure they're nice and mixed here. All right, Creator, what would you like Capricorns to know about their spiritual journey for the month of June? What about the spiritual journey for the month of June? That totally makes sense, because that's the Page of Wands. So where the Ace of Wands would be like a new kind of spark and a new type of spiritual journey coming. The Page, although it's kind of like a new beginning, but it's more of a continuation into a new chapter. So it's not starting a whole new book. It's like starting a whole new section of a book. So you've already, like we were talking about here, especially with the intuition and all that, you've been expanding that over time, but this is saying that you're going to have this new energy that's going to be pouring in, that's just going to make you like your hair on your arms stand up, and you're just going to love it, because it's going to be expanding your intuitive powers and your spiritual gifts. So I love that this is like a new horizon, a new exciting thing, and don't be afraid. It's like this is your magic wand. It's like don't be afraid to use it and put it into action, because that's what this is all about here, is about new action with that as well. And let's get some additional messages here from the Return of Spirit deck. We'll get some more information here on your spiritual journey for June. All right, what else would you like Capricorns to know about their spiritual journey for June, please? Okay, and you've got music. And I love that there. And we'll read from the book. I love what this says about music in here, because it's not usually like totally what you would expect. So it says music plays a very important part in your energetic and physical well-being. Music and certain binaural rhythms have the ability to aid us in the altered states of consciousness. Music can calm us down, rev us up, and affect our mood in many ways. It can assist in the physical release of disease and alter our cellular frequencies. It can also affect the vibrational energy patterns within a space. So your guides are asking that you start to integrate music more into your everyday life. It's important to help shift and move energies within your physical body and your auric field. So take time to move, flow, and dance to the music. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is, just as long as you feel good when you listen to it. Music plays a more important role in your well-being than you may be aware of right now. And before I read on, it is, like I said, with expanding your intuition, the vibration that you carry really impacts you. So the vibration and like kind of the energy and the feel of our higher energy and our higher gifts really moves in the realm of unconditional love, peace, joy, and laughter. So at that, all those things make you feel lighter, and that's where we get information. That's how we open up our channel to the higher realms. If something's making us feel angry, sad, depressed, any of those feelings, then that vibration is the lower vibration and is noisy to where we can't hear as clear, and our pipeline of unconditional love energy and all that, channeling all that information of that energy becomes small. So what we surround our ears and eyes and everything with impacts us. So that's the message that's coming with this. This card also comes to those who have musical gifts, talents, and abilities. Firstly, Spirit is acknowledging your gifts. They're also encouraging you to continue to grow and develop your talent, and to be open to sharing your sound with the world. Whether you're a musician, a singer, or sound healer, it's important that you don't give up on yourself or your gifts. Time to stop holding back or doubting if this is what you're meant to do. Music is a universal language and physical manifestation of divine energy in full expression. So it's time to turn up your radio or dig out your MP3 player. Sing out loud like no one's listening, dance free like no one's watching. Get a little crazy and wild, have fun, and enjoy it. Make music a part of your everyday routine and watch your energy, your mood, and creative force blossom. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so that's for your spiritual side. Next, we're going to move into the Pentacles, and the Pentacles are like the earth element, and it's going to be about like your physical world, your body, your physical environment that's going on around you. This is very much internal and higher realm. This is all about the physical realm and the physical body. All right, and let's see, what do you want Capricorns to know about the physical environment for them in the month of June? Okay. And you got the Seven of Pentacles. And I love this because when I was talking about, about connecting to your higher self and about Capricorns being so grounded because they're earth, you're an earth element. The Seven of Pentacles shows like all this roots underneath the dirt, and then there's some growth here above too. And so I was thinking that, it's important not just to have, all these roots, but it's important to also have the stem above the ground and the leaves in the branches reaching toward the heavens. And so this is what I really feel this is that message, showing that, you have all this growth, you have all this wonderful kind of foundation here on the earth, so you don't have any problem with having the roots and being well grounded here. But you can see the energy in this character's hands here, and he's investing the energy in the branches that are reaching toward the heavens. So for this particular card, and I don't necessarily read that this way all the time, but specifically for this reading, I really feel that it's about reaching and spending that energy in the physical realm too, reaching out spiritually. So spending that time in meditation, getting out in nature, getting away from things, getting away from being involved in the externalness, and purposely burying yourself into a cave, purposely getting away and pushing things to the external for now, for the month of June, so that you can focus on your higher spiritualness there. We're also going to pull a card here from the Enchanted Map Oracle, just to get additional messages regarding the physical environment, your physical world, your body. And an additional message as I was shuffling there that was coming through too was with the healing hands. It mentioned here about healing through sound to music too. Just know that is possible. So with singing bowls and magnets and different types of physical type of modes of energy type healing and things like that, that's something that you could also be looking into, like Reiki and different things about that, dealing with the physical body as well. All right, what else do you want Capricorns to know about their physical environment for June? Cappies, cappies, cappies. Okay. And you got Ghost Lands. You got number 17 there. See the clock. Beautiful card there. All right, and we'll read from the book here to see what message this card brings. So Ghostland says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and the future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story, right? The future has no substance right now. It's a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps towards a goal or dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday's gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most important place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction further than the heart and soul can see. So, and I love that. I know I usually say I love that a lot, but I just love these messages that come through because it's such a great reminder, with the clock there. It's like the past is gone, the future is there. That's where our fairy ego takes us. It tries to take us into the past or the future, take us to the past to fear that we made mistakes and we're not worthy of things. Take us to the future and say, you'll be happy when that happens. But we'll never be happy if we're not happy now with what we have, because there will always be something more that we're convinced we need. So, the message for the physicalness is let all this urgency of time and that things have to happen. I need to be doing these things. Like when I was talking about pushing all those things away and spending time alone, let that be the future and the past to be pushed away as well, and just come back to this moment, because that's where you connect. That's where that moment of silence comes. The past and the future are that noise that distracts us from it. All right. And then next we're going to move into the swords, which the swords are like the air element. It's about our mind and our thoughts. So it's going to be like our mental state and beliefs. Like what was our adventure going to be with our mind, during the month of June. So for Capricorns, just finish shuffling these up here. Okay. All right, Creator, what would you like Capricorns to know about their mental adventure for the month of June? And you got the Two of Swords there. And I love this because this usually means like you have choices and decisions, and you've got these, the crows in here represent the thoughts and the beliefs, and they're telling you choose this, or you could choose that, or you could do this or that, and that's all the details that they're giving you, and it usually means there's some choices coming up. What I love about this card is that this blindfold, so she's not trusting the external information that's coming. She's touching her intuition. So it's all about, again, as you go throughout the month of June, it's get out of your head, get into your heart, and trust that gut and touch that intuition, get in touch with that intuition and that higher information that's coming. Perfect. And not more I can add to that, because that is definitely what that's saying, for me here. And then also this, the balance of it here. She has this tattoo on her arm that shows almost like a teeter-totter, but it just showing that it's equally balanced there too. So, it's that balance of head and heart, but because we've been so over in our mind, that pendulum kind of swings in the beginning of June, like way intuition, but there's a good balance that you can have between the two. So it's not about, going too crazy, It's that whole balance of knowing which voice is the higher voice, because sometimes there's that fear ego in there that will pretend and whisper in our ear, and we'll go, oh, well, it told me to do that, and it's like, well, but if that's the voice that's always been talking to you before, that's let you down or been wrong, maybe not. How you learn which voice to listen to is like when I was talking before about when you get to that quiet place and you're able to quiet your mind, you're able to hear those whispers of unconditional love. You hear that communication from the Creator and Spirit, and that one will always be right, and everything always works out well from that voice. So when I, from very young, you're inundated with all these other voices, but eventually, if you use that as kind of the litmus test, it's like, oh, you let me down, you were wrong, like, okay, so this is the voice that was always right. Then you're like, okay, that is the one. And then that's how you kind of hone in your intuition, you hone in listening to that voice. Okay. Then we're going to pull some cards here, or a card, at least from the numerology guidance for additional information on our mental journey for the month of June for Capricorns. What else do you want Capricorns to know about their journey in June, please? Okay, there we go. We've got individuality, so 1-1, number 11. And that's so perfect. I mean, it totally fits into, we're talking about taking some time alone, getting away from it all, pushing away all those opinions and external thoughts and beliefs and all that stuff, and really finding out what you believe and connecting, to that higher power on there. So, just so fitting. Perfect card here. I'll also read from the book. It says, the card indicates the need to embrace your individuality and be your true, authentic self. Rather than follow the crowd, you're being guided to break away from the pack and take the road less traveled. Instead of feeling like you're a square peg in a round hole, you're being encouraged to build your own square hole. By drawing this card, you're being called upon to step up to the plate and celebrate your uniqueness. At this time, you must have the courage to speak your truth and march to the beat of your own drum, despite the opinions of those around you. What others think of you isn't your business anyway, and it's impossible to please everybody, so you must focus on pleasing yourself. As you honor your individuality and feelings, you will reclaim your personal power, and enhance your connection to Source. When you do so, you can make your dreams come true. Connection to Source. So as you step into your power as your true authentic self, you will improve your relationships with others and your overall quality of life. And the affirmation for this card is, I embrace my individuality and become my true authentic self. Excellent. Love it, love it, love it. So it's about becoming an independent thinker instead of just following the crowd, following the news, following the supposed to, shoulds, needs tos, all those, and you get to make those choices for you. All right, and then lastly, we move into the cups. The cups are the water element. This is going to be focused on our emotional journey in the month of June. And we'll just see kind of what adventure is going to be in store. There, let me shuffle these up. All right. So for Capricorns, for the emotional journey for the month of June, what would you like Cappies to know? Got the 9 of Cups. But just this is so perfect because, this is all about kind of wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Obviously they're full of joy and glee. And when you free yourself from all this pressure of, living up to everyone else's opinions of your life. You feel so much joy. And especially with this music, when it was talking about bring those things in that just lighten you up, just all that freedom and connecting with that power, and even especially connecting to this bright light, or connecting to the other side. I love doing readings, and I love everything I do with being a channel for the Creator and unconditional love and all those beings of light on the other side, because I get flooded with all that energy that comes through. And yeah, you're just like, whoo, you just feel like you're full of energy and warmth and love. So yeah, this is how you feel when you use that intuition and connect to the other side and connect to the Creator, your angels, your guides, your loved ones on the other side. And then lastly, we're going to end up your reading by pulling a card here from the Journey of Love. Let's see what final message that we have for you for the month of June. Now, this is the overall reading, of course, but I always also do daily readings, collective readings. I also do weekly readings by element, so for Capricorns who do the earth sign ones, but all those will be in the link. I link all the playlists at the end of the video here in case you want to check any of those out too. All right, what's the final message that you have for Capricorns for their emotional journey for June? You got Devotion to the Small, number 32. Those colors are matching up there. So for number 32 here, it says, she bows, she honors growth. She sees that within the smallest flower, there is the teaching of the earth, the gospel of Gaia, the mystery of life demonstrated. She recognizes that she too is of nature, subject to the mysteries of growth and life, that in honoring nature, in taking pleasure in life, she opens her heart to allow great creation to happen through her. This is the feminine wisdom alive in men and women with open hearts. There is an innate wisdom within you that understands the devotion to the Earth Mother as an important step in fulfilling your spiritual destiny on this planet. She's speaking to you now, letting you know that there's a small change happening, something that is growing within you that you may recognize but not think is so important. Yet she tells you now that it is very significant. Soon you will see that what you thought was a seed to yield a single flower is actually blossoming into a lush garden of manifestation. Gratitude and love for the small changes happening are leading you into fullness that you can only dream of. Enjoy. And the message of this oracle for you is that your blossoming is occurring now, and the Earth Mother has gratitude for your presence within her being, for the work that you're doing to help other human beings. She asks for you to surrender any concern you have to her, to let her creative power continue to gently guide you into your rightful place in the world, that you may shine as you were born to do in service to the evolution of this planet. She's helping you now. Trust her. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's so perfect too about, just this power that was coming to you. This is what I was speaking of here. So it's just this wonderful fruition, connecting to that nurturing mother energy, opening up to that unconditional love is what is going to bring through this amazing thing here. So a wonderful month. I'm excited because, like I said, I'm a Capricorn rising, and I just feel that it's going to be a wonderful month of new things, new energy coming and expanding us even more beyond where we thought we could go. So, just know as you go through the month of June that every second you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. We'll talk to you soon. You take care.